We're learning more about a safety alert we first told you about yesterday. The Laurel County Sheriff's Office says another version of a fake court warrant is now circulating with official-looking documents. Investigators say the caller is still claiming to be a deputy and pressuring people to send money for things like missed jury duty, failure to appear in court, or an outstanding warrant. Officials are again warning residents, do not send money or share personal information. The Sheriff's Office says law enforcement will never call and demand payment over the phone. They are continuing to investigate.